What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the motherfucking building. This time I am back for a recap of Hustle and Soul. This is season 3, episode 9. Basically, the episode starts out with the aftermath of the whole fight between Cola and Anna and Thandi. Mainly Cola and Anna. Anna was pulling the shit out of Cola's little bit of hair, and then Cola just... In my opinion, Cola got some really good licks on fucking Anna. She was pulling her fucking hair and shit off. Like, Anna's hair was all fucked up once the security guards got a hold of her. And she was screaming and yelling, "Get that raggedy bitch out of here. That bum bitch. She's a bum. This bitch is always talking all types of shit about me behind my back." And Anna... Why are you so mad with Cola, but you're not mad at the bitch that was fucking your man? This shit is not making any sense. And like I told you all before, I am not one for all the violence, but bitch, Anna, if you're gonna be fighting somebody, don't you think it should be Thandi, the one that was your friend and was fucking your man and shit behind your back? And hell, was telling you to your face she was fucking with him. So I just don't understand why you just so in an uproar against Cola. But I feel like Cola had a target on her back. Anika didn't like her. Drika didn't like her. The only person that really fucked with Cola in that restaurant was Lawrence, because y'all know he promoted her, and Nikki. You know, Nikki really has taken to Cola a lot. So Nikki was just like, I don't understand why Anna would even punch Cola. I can't do anything. I already have my own pending, situation where people are trying to charge me. So it was just crazy. It was just fucking crazy. Next, we have Cola. She calls Jon Jon on the phone. Cola. You take one step forward just to take 10 back. I would not be confiding in Jon Jon at this point. Jon Jon is out of your life. He should be anyways. He done chose a whole man over you, so... That just ain't somebody, and I know that they care for each other, but that's just not somebody I would be calling or I would really want in my life like that. Because I just feel like Jon Jon has betrayed her and let her down so much. But nonetheless, she calls him because he knows how the pink teacup is. All that fighting, how they fight their employees. So basically, she lets him know that Anna and her got into it and they had a really bad fight. And Jon Jon was like, what type of place, fights their employees? What type of managers and bosses do that shit? That place is unprofessional and, you don't need to be there. It's unsafe for you. He was like, I already told you that. They showed clips of, him trying to explain to her to never join the pink teacup again because... They rowdy, they ghetto, they like to fight. And they whoop Jon Jon's ass. Jon Jon, your ass had it coming though. So this is a different look. It's a different situation. But nonetheless, Cola, you just need to leave. It is a very unprofessional place to work. You seem like you are the only logical and reasonable woman in there besides Nikki. You two are what I would call somewhat... Cola, you are somewhat normal. Like, besides the bullshit with Jon Jon, I like you. But it's that shit with Jon Jon and you running back to him, I can't fuck with that. I can't go for that. I can't go for it, honey. But other than that, I feel like you are pretty much a pretty good person and you just feel betrayed. And it just wasn't going to turn out well for you because, hell, look at what Anna's girls did to your homegirls. Put the one girl in the hospital and shit. So it was only a matter of time they came gunning for you. I just noticed on these reality shows, they always have a target like each season. Like if you watch Basketball Wives, last year it was Jennifer. The year before that it was Jackie. On this show it was Candace one season. And then it was, hell, was it Thandi at one point? Shit, because, yeah, Thandi That bitch fights some of everybody on this show. But I just noticed on these reality shows, it's just always, like even on Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was Portia. Then it'll be Nene. And then it'll be, Phaedra or King. It's just always somebody. Now, one thing I will say is if your ass deserves to be a target, then your ass deserves to be a target. Now, only one of those women I feel really deserve to be a target of who I just named. But let's move on, honey. So Dom, he makes his decision about moving to Germany like I knew he would. He said, this is the opportunity of the lifetime. I'm sick of all the bullshit at the Pink Teacup. It's too unprofessional, all that fighting. I don't need that shit in my life. And I am all the way here for what he's talking about. Because if you have the chance to be somebody in life, you need to get away from these ghetto ass motherfuckers. You done served your little time with them. You got some restaurant experience. Now it's time for the big bucks and the big dogs. So Dom, he done made his decision. Steph is sad, feeling lonely. It's a process. He'll get through it though. Okay, so next we got Anna. And we got Thandi and Lawrence. Pretty much, Lawrence is chastising them about their ghetto ratchet behavior of jumping on cola. He's sick of all the fighting. Lawrence, I'm confused because I don't think you're sick of all the fighting because you wouldn't fucking tolerate it. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like you for the bullshit. Now, I done seen you online. You talking shit about Cola. You talking about shit about Nikki, Mama Blue as they call her. You talking shit about the twins. I know you guys have seen that go around on the internet. Now Lawrence and Cola's into it. And the twins, I believe it was Steph. Yeah, he's the one that's left. Cause Dominic, I guess he's probably in Germany by now, but I know it was Steph on a live saying how unprofessional they are. Nikki was saying some shit too, how the Pink Teacup don't be paying people on time. Nobody ever gets their check when they're supposed to. He said they are ghetto and ratchet. And, Nikki was just like, I don't want to be bothered with them. They don't really even own the restaurant. They got all these investors. She was dragging their ass. I heard with the situation with Anika that I'm going to be talking about, but we can just talk about it right now really quick. She had been doing some cocaine and she was saying she wasn't the only one. Let's say all this shit is alleged, even though they all doing these little videos, but let's just cover our own ass. She said she wasn't the only one doing cocaine. I think she had said allegedly the twins was doing it with her, like everybody up in the restaurant for the most part. And she said they tried to make the story about me and, I'm the only one with the problem with it. And so I was like, child, honey, y'all are just spilling all types of tea when y'all get into it with one another, honey. But honey, I am here for it. Lawrence also lets Thandi and Anna know they will not be a part of the next restaurant that he comes out with because he's just like, he don't really trust them right now. And little do he know, honey, Miss Anna got something up her sleeve, honey. Okay. Next, we got Anika. She takes off her pants. She seemed a bit high when she came in, but she's out in the pool with her ass out. She got a thong on. She's cleaning the pool. Lawrence and the twins notice that she's outside like that. Lawrence sends Anna outside to talk to Anika, and then he follows Anna out there as well. Anna has Lawrence give Anika his chef coat to cover her up. Anna said, I don't know what's going on with you, Anika, but you can't be out here where the customers could see you like that. That's unprofessional. What's wrong with your eyes? Why are you looking like that? I think they're kind of figuring out, she's high. So Anna calls Anika Uber and she's just like, I'm going to send you home for today. And, you go ahead and get on in your Uber and get yourself together. But you are coming in here unprofessional. And I get where they're coming from, you guys, but you can't, when you're running a business, you can't chastise your employees about being unprofessional. And bitch, you're unprofessional. You fighting and shit, throwing bottles and acting a goddamn fool. So I don't, this whole situation with Anika, I feel is just a storyline. Because it's just like, y'all are ratchet and crazy too. And they keep, like, what job puts up with this behavior? So that's how you know the shit is for TV. But I'ma roll with it. Next, we got this scene with Cola and Nikki. And Nikki is just like, bitch, for them to have jumped you, you sure look good. Cola didn't have one bruise on her. And y'all know her skin is light. So she would have had a black eye or she would have had some bruises that we could see. I didn't see none. Cola handled Anna's ass, in my opinion. For somebody that was kind of caught off guard like that, she handled her ass. And she would have fucked Thandi's old teenage mutant ninja turtle ass. That goddamn Lawrence called her a grasshopper. He said, you always hopping like a goddamn grass. That is funny. And they showed all the clips of that bitch jumping on people. She done jumped on Lawrence, Sana, then jumped on Cola. She done jumped on Cola about twice. I said, goddamn. Next, we got this Anika, her sorry ass. She talking to Lawrence about, well, I'm just happy I still got my job. I apologize. Been using cocaine and I need to clear myself up. And, I'm going to talk to my brother about bettering my life. And Lawrence brought up her child. I forgot the bitch had a child because to me, she does not come across as if she's really trying to get her life back together for her child. And I'm not even just talking about the drugs. It's just her behavior within the restaurant is very unprofessional, very sexual. You cannot be somebody's mother and be acting all sexualized like that. Now, behind closed doors, honey, that's different. If you are an actress, that's different, but I just feel like when you are somebody's mother, you have a young child, you just need to carry yourself in a certain type of way. You definitely can go out and have fun. Nobody's saying that she has to become a fucking nun. But, and I understand Anika's story because it is like a lot of people's story. They get pregnant. I think she said she got pregnant at 13. She was still a baby. So a lot of this shit is like her not knowing any better and her having a fucked up life. But Anika, when you know better, you got to do better. And you are getting opportunities. You claim you love your daughter. You, like a lot of people, you didn't have the best start in life, but it's not where you start. It's where you finish. And you just need to do what you got to do for your baby, to get your baby back in your life if that's what you really want. Because to me, your behavior says otherwise. And Lawrence pretty much lets her know, her behavior, that shit can't be tolerated. Her getting high and, doing all this other shit. She also has this scene with her brother and he pretty much convinces her to go to rehab and she says they're really close. She could talk to him about anything. And that's really important to have at least one family member, you are close to that knows you and understands you and doesn't judge you. So I was happy to see that scene with her brother and I wish Anika the best. Next, we got this scene with Cola, Nikki, and the twins, and Cola is telling everybody how she's going to be leaving Miami and going back to Brooklyn because, she done lost her job and she done lost friends. She feel hurt and betrayed and she just wants to run on back to Brooklyn, try to build a better life there and she says now she only want to be friends with Jon Jon, but you can't be friends with his ass. And just like Nikki said, Cola is a delusional bitch. And she just keeps, well, the love didn't go away. You just don't stop loving somebody. Bitch, you need to love yourself. You didn't already talk to Jon Jon about how they played you at the Pink Teacup. You didn't already did that. So let that be that. And you don't need to have this man in your life. Let that be done. He didn't clearly moved on, chose somebody else, but no, we're just gonna be friends and it'll just be best I go back to Brooklyn. Jon Jon's gonna be there too and I need somebody close to me to be there for me. He will always be there for me, honey. I said, all right then. Next thing we got Thandi and Lawrence, they're talking And Lawrence is telling her, she need to stop acting like a goddamn grasshopper, jumping on people. Her behavior is immature, disrespectful. I mean, it's just horrible, and he's just letting her know that shit ain't gonna be tolerated. I don't want you really involved in nothing more that I'm doing, the new restaurant, because of how you are acting. Thandi feels some type of way about that. And she basically lets him know that I think it would be more profitable for you to go ahead and go to Atlanta to build the next Pink Teacup restaurant. He's like, no, I want to do Brooklyn. I still got to think about it. And Thandi kept making an argument. Well, it's a lot of black people there. And, and then Lawrence was like, it's white people there too. And, they eat. So he just letting her know, bitch, you ain't about to be a part of this, so you don't even need to worry about where I'm putting it. And he's getting all suspicious. Well, why is she teaming up with Anna all of a sudden? Oh, Anna say Atlanta is a good place to have a restaurant. What's going on with them? Nigga, you should have been knew what was going on. Anna about to play you, fool. We have this scene with Steph and Nikki and Cola, and basically Cola and Nikki try to cheer up Steph since Dominic has made the decision to go to Germany. And, Steph is really depressed, down in his feelings, like, I've never been separated from my brother. But like I told you all, it was a matter of time before this shit was going to happen. This is what happens when you get older. People have new jobs, they go their own way, and that is what happened. Whether you're a twin, it's your brother, your sister, cousin. So Steph, in time, I think he'll be fine. He's just going to have to deal with that. And the girls basically just try to support him, let him know that they will always be there for him, even though Cola's going back to Brooklyn, So that was that. Next, we got this scene with Nikki and Cola. Nikki tells Cola that she's not going to take the plea deal. She's going to really try to go to trial and fight this case because she doesn't want to get stuck, serving all this time and shit. And Cola says she supports her decision on that and said that, she should fight. Nikki, on the other hand, feels it's a horrible idea for Cola to go to Brooklyn and be cool with Jon Jon again and get wrapped up into that. And Nikki just let her know, like, you're vulnerable right now. You're not thinking clearly. You're just thinking with your feelings and your emotions. You need to really assess how Jon Jon has hurt you. And I totally agree, but I feel like Cola is somebody that, especially I notice when it comes to Jon Jon, he could hurt her all day and she's still going to go to bat for him and say, well, no, he really loves me. No, he has my back. No, he's not what you think he is. She's just one of them people where it don't matter how this man treat her. So maybe he ain't hurt her enough. I don't know if they go get back together. She claimed they're not. They're just going to be friends. But I think otherwise. I think that she's very hurt and sad that he chose a man over her. And then she had mentioned that Jon Jon coming out to his family has made his drinking worse. And, he still hasn't came out to his family about how he's with the guy Eric now. So that's why he's going to be back in Brooklyn. So it's just a big ass mess. But Cola, you need to stay away from Jon Jon. Because you think the people at the Pink Teacup ain't got your best interest at heart, honey. Jon Jon ain't got your best interest at heart either. The last scene is the last scene. We have Anna and Thandi. They meet up, have dinner. They compliment one another on their hair and how, they like each other's outfits, this, that, and the third. Anyways, that motherfucker Anna, she ain't shit. She ended up telling Thandi, well, I plan on coming out with the Pink Teacup chicken and waffles in Atlanta, and I'm going to go behind Lawrence's back. Y'all know that Lawrence had told Thandi and Anna earlier he was disappointed in all the fighting that they was doing, and he didn't want them, to be a part of the Pink Teacup, wherever the hell he ends up putting it. But Anna says she gonna go behind his back. She just needs Thandi to sign off on, on what they're trying to do. Thandi act like she gotta think about it. Well, I don't want to go behind his back. Bitch, you don't mind doing all the other bullshit that you do, all that fighting, jumping on motherfuckers, fucking your friend's man and shit while you staying with him. You don't, all that other low down shit that you do, don't try to act like you got some morals and values now. So, girl, she tried to act like she had to think about it, and what did we end up seeing? This bitch signs on the dotted line to team up with Anna against LP. So next week, y'all, is gonna be the season finale for this show. This shit is gonna be interesting, because I think this shit about to blow up in their motherfucking face. I really do. Lawrence go find out about this shit, and the cookie is gonna motherfucking crumble, okay? So, we'll see, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out later.